Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. And I've just had a little bit of my Wicked Joe's organic coffee from Maine, so I'm happy. It is 3:55 a.m. Yes, I get an early start to the day. This is when I wake up and I read. I haven't read my rating yet for the day, even though it's after 3:09. I know. And so I put that off, but I'll read it and see what happens. And then I will get ready for the day. I don't know if I'll wear my favorite Chanel today. I have a second favorite Chanel. Maybe I'll wear that. And depending on how cold it is out, sometimes I wear my pearls. My last name is Pearl, hence the Pearls of Wisdom. And go out and forage those grocery stores. Um, Thank you for all the new subscribers. It really helps. I wanted to build a community of support for us because, you know, I'm somebody that loves my solitude, so that shopping alone is something that really works well for me. But then I want to know that there's like minded shoppers out there that have the same feelings. And, you see us in the stores, and I'll see some other, obviously, Instacart shoppers and sometimes I want to identify myself and other times I don't. But I watch, how they do it and similar ways. And I wonder what's going through their head, especially when they get to that barren shelf. And it's like, oh, here we go. They don't have the Siggy's yogurt they're looking for. They have 1,800 other flavors and brands, but they don't have the one that they want. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. And one of the things that I realized is that, I'm killing him with kindness. I'm trying to come out of my ratings hole. And I doubt that a lot of us dig our own holes. If you're listening to me and other Instacart shoppers or on Reddit reading the posts there, you care about what you're doing, right? This isn't something that you're just doing until. I read those comments where people just hope they get called back into their real job. Well, for me, this is my real job. I'm 70. I'm pretty hardy for my 70 years. I love the exercise and the movement and stuff. That's what I consider. I consider it that's the bonus. And along with the freedom of being my own boss, I love my boss for the first time. Do I like the company? No. Are they supportive? No. I was lying in bed and laughing yesterday. I was saying it goes like this: customer, you won't see this, of course. Customer, 100% support. Shopper, no support. You know, text us. Sure. You couldn't put that in the headline of, like, to have a chat with somebody. It does get kind of funny, but I noticed that since I began this channel, my attitude is changing. I'm not alone. Hello. And I do want to do better. I want to kill him with kindness. I want to be sweet. And I want to share with you what works for me. And I've been watching Jen on the go. I'm sure you have too. She's vivid, colorful, just a vibrant person. And she's already taught me so much. The timestamp app, oh, yes. So I used that at the end of delivery, so I have it. I haven't had to transfer a picture from there to Instacart to prove that it was delivered yet. But as you know, if something hasn't happened to you yet, give it time. It will. It's funny. I read all the braggarts on Reddit. I have a 5-star rating, and that's never happened to me, and blah blah. It's like, I'm 70, and I know that it means yet. And you know what yet means? You're eligible too. So don't be all cocky up there on your 5-star, galloping horse, because something can tear you down and you will be apoplectic, like a lot of us are. Is that the perfect word? You're on your phone, right? And you go to look up what your rating is, and you see the drop, and you become apoplectic. Like I said about the scale the other day, it's like, oh, I was so careful yesterday. I used Post-its with arrows that are neon colored to show which bag the eggs were in. I introduced myself. I talked to them all the way through the shop, even if they weren't responding. I told them I was on my way. I told them, thank you. You know, your groceries are where you asked me to place them. I hope everything turns out okay. And on and on. And I never do this to the customer, just like support, apparently. And, I kind of just like take it on and kill them with kindness. And so, it continues to work. Like I've got my little feel good things that just keep me going. And they're silly, but they work. I try to keep my car, I've got a car wash pass. So I fill up my tank every day and I car wash pass every day. And I even vacuum the trunk of my SUV as well as where I put my feet, as if I'm still doing Uber and people are in the car. They aren't, but I still like everything to be neat and clean. And it's like suiting up to show up, not just the car, but me as well. I have plastic. I live in brown bag territory. This is Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And so I keep plastic bags that I bought at a little cash and carry type of place. So if it is raining, I have these bags that I can transfer things to in the rain. Paper bags are not fun in wind and rain, let me just tell you. And plus, don't get me started on the baggers, okay? Don't get me started. You have to watch them like hawks. Yesterday I watched this woman and she's the one that always says, stand behind the plexiglass. You can't help bag. And it's like, okay. I get the routine. I know which ones you are. I stand behind the plexiglass, in checking out hell. And she puts the grapes on the bottom of the bag. Now, she's the heaviest bagger I've ever encountered. And, like you, I've gone to a million stores. So you meet the ones you just don't want to find. But when you do an early shop, it's usually like one cashier, one bagger, somebody's over there in self-checkout, and so you're stuck with what you got, right? So she takes the grapes that I was so careful in picking out. None of them were single. They were nice bunches, no rotten, no shriveled, nothing. And she puts them in the bottom of the bag. Another apoplectic moment, right? And so she puts them in the bag. Then she puts the container of strawberries on top of that. And then she puts, I think, some mini cucumbers in the little package. They come in on top of that. And then she puts an Olivia's organic spinach on top of that. And I like rush over to the bag and rescue the grapes. It's like, we're not trying to crush them for wine upon delivery. But you can't say anything to her because, she's the chick in charge and you never want to get into the chicken charge scuffle, right? It's, she's going to be there the next day because she's part of that early morning crew. And I rescue the grapes and I'm just like, you can't be on guard enough, right? So we're doing the checkout, we're lining it up, we're hoping everything gets packed. You've got a bagger, that's supposedly a bonus. Oh my God. So anyway, that was my day yesterday, although I had a nice stop and CVS run where it was 5 items. She's got a cold apparently, so it was all, that cold and flu aisle. And it was like bing, bada bing, bada bing. Thank you. Not a bad tip, certainly not a unicorn tip, but it was good. And so that kind of saved me because I'm one of those, take all the small batches you can just to get those batches in to work on that low rating. So it's just another day in paradise. Me, my car, my dressing up to show up, and I'm getting ready for the day again. I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to just have this channel. We can all do little vents. Will things improve with Mr. Corporate or Ms. Corporate? I don't know. But we can do what we can do for ourselves, right? And that's what we do. So at the end of the day, I know I did the absolute best that I could for myself in preserving what esteem is left and for, all the customers. They don't deserve me being snotty and snarky even though we get it from them and we get it from corporate, right? Just remember, shopper, no support, right? And just carry on. Just take care of yourselves inside this sandwich of like not a lot of loving. So I will see you here the next time on Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. This has been Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. Bye bye for now.